Shortly after delivering the yacht, jump onto the back of the boat, run up the steps, you start sailing. Nothing could be further from the truth. I want to come back and be him. Sailing is a sedate activity. Gently cruising the coastline, waving to fellow sailors as they pass you by, and relaxing at the helm as your guests raise a glass of whispering angel to you from the cockpit. That is, unless you are the owner of Black Sails. A 130-foot carbon fibre, lean, mean, fearless fighting machine that eats oysters for breakfast and spits out swan feathers in disdain. Tattooed and dangerous, extreme and exciting, she will turn your world upside down and force you to completely rethink your idea of yacht ownership. Black Sails is the rock star of regattas. In preparation for this video, Slava and I, together with our photographer Sergei, travelled to Saint-Tropez to meet the captain of Black Sails, Jimmy Collin. The Voile de Saint-Tropez Classic Regatta was taking place while we were there, and he was clearly enjoying the renown of captaining the Alice Cooper of sailing yachts. The information I received from him matched that of the brokers when I spoke to them. Black Sails is not about the layout, the equipment or gadgetry. Black Sails is all about the experience. It's all about the sailing. However, I do have a responsibility to show you all the way through the layout of this yacht, and I think you will get the same impression that I get. You see, everybody was raving so much about the fun factor and the performance of the vessel that it was almost like they didn't want to talk about the interior. So I thought, well, maybe the interior will be a little bit disappointing. Nothing could be further from the truth. This is a gorgeous yacht, both inside and outside. And we'll start with the out. The aft deck is low, making access from the tender very easy indeed, and it also houses a passerelle for access in the marina, and this doubles up as a swim ladder. You'll notice that there is a central door here too, and we'll see where that leads later. But first, let's go up 2 steps to appreciate not just the flush deck, carbon fibre rigging and robust hardware, but also the custom designed furniture here that wouldn't look out of place in the Louvre. The builder of this yacht, Italian shipyard Wally, have always been known for their extreme designs, and this is just magnificent. Descending the stairwell and moving forward, we find 3 crew cabins, 2 heads and a washer and dryer. As you can see, this area also has deck access through a hatch, and if you're wondering what is further forward still, I can tell you it is a vast sail locker. Interestingly, this also acts as the chain locker. Black Sails has what is known as a submarine anchor, so instead of the anchor being released from the bow, it actually is released from underneath the vessel. It sits, of course, in a completely watertight container with an inspection hatch for access, so in some senses it's similar to the seacocks on large motor yachts. Moving aft, and we find a surprisingly spacious galley with a similarly surprising spacious crew mess. Remember, this is a sailing yacht where areas such as this are often compromised due to the lower interior volume compared to motor yachts. Wally have done a great job with the design here. And another person who did a great job is Harrison Eidsgaard, and a shipyard that I'll bet you never guessed I would mention in this video. And that shipyard was Lürssen. You see, shortly after delivering the yacht, sadly the original owner passed away. He actually wasn't even able to sail on board, and the new owner loved the yacht but wasn't crazy about the interior design, which was largely exposed carbon fibre. So he hired Harrison Eidsgaard to redesign the interior, and then took the yacht to Lürssen of all people to actually do the refit. Lürssen, talk about doing something properly. That's like taking your Dodge Viper to Red Bull to tune up the engine. This new interior is in fact very easy on the eye. Soft wood provides a gentle contrast with a carbon fibre trim, and 3 guest cabins and an owner's cabin provide for comfortable and elegant sleeping arrangements. At the extreme aft is the salon, a comfy seating area. Oh, and here is a gadget that I can tell you about, a pop-up television set, although on this yacht, real-life experience is so much better than watching The Fast and the Furious or playing Grand Theft Auto, I have to say. I wasn't exaggerating about that, by the way. Last night at dinner, Jimmy told us that when the owner uses the yacht, he likes them to start sailing already so that when he arrives on a military goldfish rib, he can jump onto the back of the boat, run up the steps, and then Jimmy hands him the wheel, so he immediately starts sailing. No time wasted at all. I've never met the owner, but I do know that when I die, I want to come back and be him. The fun factor on Black Sails has to be experienced to be believed. Constructed with advanced carbon Nomex, naval architecture by the legendary Soto Acebal, highly esteemed in the racing circuit, carbon EC6 rigging and a super high-modulus carbon masthead rig hold 442 square meters of main sail, 322 square meters of head sail and 299 square meters of staysail, and a 1055 square meter Jenica sail to capture the energy of the wind and convert it into pure pleasure. It seems a shame to mention the engine at this point, but she has a 450 horsepower MAN engine and 2 Fisher Panda gensets to handle your onboard power requirements. On the day of filming though, the only power requirements that I had was wind power. One of the most memorable parts of the day was just enjoying the camaraderie of the crew. Jimmy standing there like a French Jack Sparrow calling out, "Bring me a croissant," laughing loudly just for the enjoyment of being out at sea with people. At one point he looked over at me and he said, "You know, I am an Epicurean. I love life, and anybody who has never been sailing is enjoying their life at 50%. And he's right, you know, and I have a message for all motor yacht owners. You are doing it wrong. I understand that people want a bigger and a bigger motor yacht, and often that's so that they can put more and more toys on board. Jet skis, a fast tender, sea-doos, sea bobs. I get that. That's really a lot of fun, but it's like having a go-kart in your garage when you could have a Pagani Zonda on your front drive. A motor yacht is great to have to sleep on and to eat on, but Black Sails is what you want to enjoy thrills and fun, to enjoy life. And finally, to those that have never owned a yacht but have assets worth hundreds of millions, thinking, what should I do with these resources? Where's the wisest investment? Where should I put my money? I'll tell you where to put some of your money. It's somewhere that will put a smile on your face from ear to ear and create memories that you and your loved ones will never forget. And that is exactly what Black Sails will do. I'm not even going to say who the brokers are because their details are on screen, and it's just such a great yacht.